Hey, what's up everybody? The second selection box is here for the month of October, and in this video, I'm going to go over everything you need to know for this second selection box. This selection box will end on October the 16th, end of day, and this selection box will have a total of 12 different Tsums, just like most of our selection boxes. This selection box has Rapunzel Charm, Belle Charm, Masquerade Esmeralda, Masquerade Meg, Masquerade Cinderella, Tiana, Romance Ariel, 22, Timon, Flynn Rider, Pocahontas, and Nick Wilde. So that's the 12 Tsums. Now, not all 12 of these Tsums are worth getting. If you are looking for a mission Tsum, or specifically a long chain mission Tsum, then you might want to get Pocahontas. But other than that, I don't think any of these Tsums are really that great for missions. So if you're looking for a mission Tsum, you could probably skip this selection box. And before I go any further, if you guys are enjoying this type of content where I review Tsums, do monthly leaks, or go over the selection box and pick up capsules, please consider subscribing to this channel. Your subscription is greatly appreciated. And if you guys are looking for a community of Tsum Tsum players, you might also be interested in my Discord server. On the Discord server, you can ask for help, trade hearts, discuss different characters to use, strategies, or just talk about the game in general. You can scan this QR code on the screen to join the Discord server. I will also have invite links in the video description down below as well. Now, if you're curious about a coin earner in this selection box, I'm going to go over my top 3 picks. Starting with my number 3 pick, it's going to be Belle Charm. Belle Charm's ability is relatively easy to use. Her ability essentially will clear a horizontal line right in the middle. Now, make a note that during the ability time, the screen does freeze. So what that means is once you hit the ability button or the skill button, the entire screen will freeze. So ideally, what you want to do is you want to make sure the screen is full of Tsums before activating the ability, or at the very minimum, make sure that center area where Belle is going to run across the screen is full of Tsums. So that way you're able to maximize the clear. And then secondly, Belle Charm is a charm Tsum. So it's a really easy Tsum to activate the ability. So focus on clearing Belle and her charm, which is a book. And at the end of this specific gameplay, I ended up with 3,407 coins. And that's going to put the rankings for Belle Charm at 125. Now, I didn't play Belle Charm here perfectly, so likely if you play a perfect game, she is going to perform a little bit better. But honestly, the top 3 are going to be relatively close to one another, so it really comes down to your preference. Okay, so let's move on to my number 2 pick, and in the number 2 spot is another charm Tsum that's going to be Rapunzel Charm. And Rapunzel Charm is also a relatively easy Tsum to use. It's a center burst Tsum, and if you look at her ability, the center clear area is significantly bigger. It's a really big area. So very similar to Belle Charm, you want to make sure that the screen is full of Tsums. And just like Belle Charm, the screen will freeze during the ability time, meaning that the Tsums will stop falling. So you want to just make sure the screen is full of Tsums, and the strategy is going to be identical to Belle Charm. Now, I do like Charm Rapunzel a little bit better than Belle because I do prefer center burst Tsums. I just feel like they do perform a little bit better. And at the end of this gameplay, I ended up with 3,665 coins. And that's going to put Charm Rapunzel in the 96th spot. Alright, now moving on to the number 1 spot, and that's going to be 22. 22 is one of those Tsums where it's very similar to Rapunzel and Belle Charm. The strategy is the same. You want to make sure the entire screen is full of Tsums before you activate the ability, because the screen will freeze. So if you don't have a screen full of Tsums, you're not going to get a maximized chain. And 22's ability is going to clear the center screen as well, but in the direction of a zigzag, versus Rapunzel's a center and Belle is a horizontal clear. So earlier I mentioned that the performance is going to be relatively the same between the 3, and like I mentioned earlier, it really comes down to preference and your playstyle. Now 22 does have a lower charge up. 22 only needs a total of 14 Tsums before you activate the ability, whereas Rapunzel Charm, you need 24. So you're likely going to be activating a lot less Tsums using Charm Rapunzel. However, because they are Charm Tsums, you're likely going to be able to clear a lot more Tsums off their screen. And for Charm Belle, you need 18. But anyways, what I'm going to do is I'm going to have gameplays for all 12 of these Tsums. So you can decide on your own which Tsums you want to get and which ones you don't. And if you are looking for a specific Tsum, check out the timeline down below and scroll on ahead. I'm also going to have timestamps in the video description down below as well, so you can jump on ahead to the specific Tsum that you're curious about. So that's pretty much it for this second selection box. I hope that you guys found this video helpful or at least entertaining. And if you'd like to see more Tsum Tsum content just like this, don't forget to subscribe. And as always, thank you so much for watching.